If you're worried about making a bad investment because somebody's telling you that you need to install a separate heating and air conditioning system in your basement, think again. In Atlanta, basements get humid, and one of the benefits of having a separate heating and air conditioning system in the basement is that you can run your air conditioning in the basement more often so you can keep the humidity down. Also, a lot of people in Metro Atlanta, I'm not an HVAC expert, so if you're out there listening and you are an HVAC expert, please have some grace for me. Give me some grace. I'm just giving you, answering this question based on my best advice. This question is from Marvin in Swanee. It says, do we need a separate heating and cooling system in our basement? It's currently tied into the system on the main level, but it's not adequate. 20% of the time, there's no separate heating and air conditioning in the basement at all, meaning there's no vents down there. And, a lot of times it works out fine because a basement tends to not get as hot and not get as cold as the above levels do. I would say probably another 30% of the time, the basement air ducts are tied into the system on the main floor. I don't know if it's adequate or if it's inadequate. It's not the way I would do it in my home. And then I would say probably, I don't remember the 2 percentages I gave for the first two, but whatever percentage is left over out of 100, those probably have separate heating and cooling systems in the basement. I think, Marvin, it depends on how much it would cost for you to put a separate heating and cooling system in the basement. If the cost was not substantially different than upgrading your main floor system and allowing the basement to be tied into the main floor system, then I think I would probably err on the side of putting a separate heating and cooling system in my basement. And if I had to tie it into the main floor system, I think I would put the ability to redirect air from the main floor down to the basement and have it with a separate thermostat in the basement and upstairs. So, Marvin, I hope that answers your question. Yes, I think it's worth putting a separate heating and air conditioning system in your basement at a minimum. If you attach it into the first floor, make sure you have it where it can be controlled separately.